There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
This week, will Lilith keep her promise to fight the entire internet? Will more deep, dark secrets of Charlie Esser come to light? How many bad sound effects and jokes can Phil shove into one episode? Capes and Lunatics starts right now. You know it's always gonna be a good episode when I get Lilith to put her head in her hands. Hello and welcome to the Capes and Lunatics. As you heard already, I am Phil. As you heard, fighting the internet on a daily basis is
Lilith Hellfire.
And
some dude,
the professor, ready with the lecture.
Unhealthy interest in AI today is
Charlie the Professor Esser. It's not unhealthy. It's prophetic.
Morbid curiosity.
No, it's just understanding how things will play out if you allow them to move forward. That the advance of AI, that the only way AI destroys humanity is if we invent sex bots. Because we're going to invent sex bots to, well, and here's the thing, it's not really sex bots. You can't think of it as sex bots. It's about companion bots. That you're going to have this bot that's just this.
They'll companion your brains
person.
Out.
Everybody's Larson, the real girl?
No. Okay, so let me give you an example. Tony and Friday. Or Tony and Jarvis. Because, hey, let's write that fanfic, kids.
It's there.
I know. The AI that Tony creates, this human AI that
I was going to say, you mean the AI, right? Not the butler? Okay.
No, not the butler. That's just weird. I'm telling you, the use of butlers in making butlers raise your children is a very strange thing. I don't know who actually did that in Batman. Who actually came up with the idea that, oh no, Alfred always raised Bruce?
When did that?
So you read Batman, you should know this.
Yeah, but for a while, wasn't it like a creepy uncle?
It was an uncle first, yeah.
And then what was that? Was it by the 80s that maybe that was Alfred?
I want to say late 70s after we were coming out of that Brave and Bold phase, maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Well, whenever they did it, it was a bad mistake.
Maybe it was Denny O'Neil or someone.
Sounds about right.
Probably. That makes sense. Yeah. No, it's weird that, but the idea that, we're going to have Alfred be this guy who took care of him and it's not like everyone doesn't know the continuity prior to that. That's the only thing. It's not like there's not this prior continuity to the story. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
And also, it just means that Alfred was bad at his job. See, at least Jarvis isn't. I mean, he fought in World War II, but that was World War II. Yeah. There's never been the implication that Jarvis was just an ultimate bodyguard BA. So when they made Jarvis into the Alfred, it made sense. It didn't conflict with the idea that and Howard Stark and Maria Stark were murdered on Jarvis's watch because Jarvis was not meant to be, this ultimate fighting hero.
You just have a bias against the Waynes every week. That's all it is.
They're bad parents. They're bad parents. They're bad business people.
The C's for cantankerous.
Yeah. I'm just saying, man. I don't them Waynes, man.
Charlie's like, those Waynes, man, they got what they deserved.
They did. I'm sorry.
And that's what a lot of people in Gotham felt in the underworld. So
And you know what?
On Iceberg Lounge.
And as comic book girl 19 informed me, Thomas Wayne, he's cheap. He buys cheap pearls for his wife. Because a good strand of pearls should not fall apart like that just because you break the strand.
Well, real.
'Cause
You don't wear the real
you
jewelry.
wear the
Expensive stuff in
replicas.
Crime
It's
Alley.
not even replicas won't do that. You got to buy really bad, cheap pearls to have them break and fall and roll around like that.
Or maybe it was secretly a metal with super strength. Who knows?
Well, yeah, you're right. He might be
It
cheap.
doesn't matter once you break the link. It's not like all the other links break. The point is that when you make a necklace, which makes sense for any beaded item, you're going to put knots in between.
But no,
that
you're right.
holds each bead in its place.
You're right. Thomas Wayne is cheap. I mean, they went to the theater in the bad part of town. I know.
Yeah, didn't you look like spring to go to the?
Wait, everybody's downtown is bad. Okay, wait, let's just.
But doesn't get a cab to walk home. Just says, I'm not paying a cab when I can just cut across Crime Alley.
Y'all know this.
He's basically the Silas Glumgold of the DC universe.
He was arrogant. He thought he was king of Gotham and untouchable. There's a whole undertone to that.
All right, let's.
He's just bad at everything he does, man.
All right, there's Charlie's
Except
Weekly.
selling orphan babies to the circus.
There it goes.
Take your drink, everyone. Charlie's Weekly, Wayne bashing, orphan selling. But all right, let's get into some TV. Charlie, I know you said you wanted to talk about The Tick. We didn't get time.
Yes.
Oh, you finally watched The Tick?
I didn't.
Oh,
Charlie did.
The Tick is amazing.
Yes.
The Tick.
I missed the old Tick, but the new Tick is almost as good as the old Tick.
Okay, let me put it this way. I loved the cartoon Tick. I loved the cartoon Tick was just amazing. I enjoyed the Patrick Warburton Tick, and I was really excited because I realized, oh wow, Patrick Warburton's an executive producer on this.
Woo!
Yeah, so apparently Patrick Warburton, he's cool. He's like you know,
Putty.
He's like a much taller blanking on his name. Plays Ash in Evil Dead. But anyway, yeah.
Oh yeah, Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. He's like a much taller Bruce Campbell. Love Patrick Warburton. Love him in series of, so basically my two favorite streaming shows, Series of Unfortunate Events and The Tick, both associated with Patrick Warburton. This means something to me. But The Tick, what I feel about The Tick is it's the Orville with superheroes. That everything I love about the Orville, which is that it is normal people in an extraordinary situation, having to deal with it as their life. And interestingly enough, much of what I liked about Powerless 2 is in The Tick. You know, that thing that was in Powerless, in the Orville, in Don't Care. I'm a honey badger man. Honey badger don't care. Honey badger don't care.
Wow, that's an old internet reference.
Yeah, and it just came back in Marvel because that's what they named Wolverine's second clone daughter. What's her Gabby? That's her superhero name. Is the Honey Badger.
Rude, just rude.
Because she don't care, man.
How rude!
I don't even know if a honey badger is an actual animal. I just know that honey badger don't care.
Wait, did Charlie Esser just admit he might not know a fact? What?
He didn't.
I don't know.
He didn't proof check. He didn't fact check before he said he liked the honey badger. For shame.
No, I like the honey badger as a mythological creature. It has a bearing in reality. It's like I like krakens too. Doesn't mean that I know that krakens exist or that I'm going to say krakens must exist. You know.
Giant squids, they exist. They're there.
But lots of things exist, and lots of things used to exist. So I don't know, man. I don't know what could be a foxglove. I don't know, but a pocket fox, a mythological creature that never existed, and its essence is what gives was made from the pockets of a pocket fox, a mythological creature that never existed, and that's what keeps Montgomery Burns alive. Yeah, that's some deep dive Simpsons on you. But anyway, but the Orville and the Tick both had that as this idea that there is a world where sci-fi fantasy happens in the real world, and there's a world where superheroes exist in the real world. And everything, and not for nothing, this is what Stan Lee did to make Marvel Comics into what it is today. He was the guy who said, what if just normal people had superpowers? What if it wasn't some grand thing, but just a bunch of random nonsense that happened to you in your life, and now you're a superhero? You think of a character like Hawkeye, and the amount of random nonsense in Hawkeye's life that leads him down that path to be Hawkeye.
That leads him down that path to that purple outfit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Well, I mean, what drew him first into a life of crime and everything.
Well, a mistake, actually.
Well, that Russian love.
No. Well, what it was. Okay, so.
You knew it was coming.
Oh, so hey, who here wants?
She said.
So here's my big hope for Infinity War. Is that Fitz fixes the hammer, but they can't move it once it's fixed. Because Fitz can fix Asgardian technology. He's done it before.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's going to be something even simpler. Like someone's going to, well, not simple, but someone's either going to use an Infinity Stone, or Loki has the Tesseract, or as we call it, we called it, kids, the Cosmic Cube.
But what I want is Thor to lose the hammer, or maybe not be able to pick up the hammer, as just like in the comic books, and not Jane Foster, because she don't want to be in these movies anyway.
Give it to Valkyrie.
We don't want her either.
No, I want Natasha to pick it up. And I want Thor 4.
Is that what turns her blonde? The hammer.
No, she's blonde because she's undercover.
I know.
Come on. I mean, that's obvious. It's like she's a wanted fugitive. Of course she's going to dye her hair.
I know that. I saw people online. Why is she blonde? Well, yeah, she's undercover, idiot.
Yeah, it's the same reason why Cap has a beard. We're lucky she's not wearing a big false beard, That would be funny. It's like Life of Brian. But yeah, I mean but I would love to see Valkyrie pick up the hammer, and then Thor 4 is not Valkyrie, Natasha pick up the hammer, and Thor 4 is Natasha as Thor. That's awesome. And don't deny that that's awesome.
The Russian Spy of Thunder.
Yeah. And then she can meet Perun, which is the Russian Thor. From the, what do you call it? The October Guard? No, not the October Guard. The Soviet Super Soldiers. October Guard was the Russian G.I. Joe.
Yes.
From issue 2. And later in the comic books.
Larry Hama.
Later in the movie, in the TV show. Yeah, Hama writes good G.I. Joe. There's no denying that. I don't think anyone thinks that Larry Hama did not write fantastic G.I. Joe stories.
Maybe some communists, but
Lilith. Okay.
No, perfectly fine.
Is he questioning your taste in comics? Or are you a communist?
No, I'm just saying Lilith is usually a contrarian.
That's true. Marvel put out that G.I. Joe. I was waiting for you to say she's a contrarian, and her to say, "No, I'm not."
That's the only point I will give you. Yes, I am a contrarian, but not for like no good reason. I just happen to go against the grain on a lot of issues.
No, but you were sitting there, and
for any random reason.
So I was guessing that maybe you were sitting there like, well, maybe he's not that good as a G.I. Joe writer. That maybe you thought that there was another G.I. Joe writer who was better than Hama.
I don't like it when Mommy and Daddy fight.
Yeah, here's what I'm gonna say. For whatever else, Hama did. Well, I don't know if he gave us Serpentor or Mattel gave us Serpentor.
Serpentor.
Or if
I can't remember if it Did he come in the cartoon first? If he came in the cartoon first, it probably was Mattel.
Mattel.
Well, but it's the idea. I don't know who came up with Serpentor and the origin. Just having Serpentor is not in and of itself an awful idea, except that Serpentor's origin is by its nature awful. And
well, I remember
was in the cartoon first because that's where we got the Cobra la 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 la.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember I was reading something just a couple days ago. I guess what was it, Mattel or Hasbro? They went they were going to go with G.I. Joe on their own, and then I guess when Marvel got involved, they're like, no, let us create some characters for you. Because I guess before Marvel got involved, they weren't going to have like any female characters or anything, or
characters
that could have been better off, honestly.
What?
Just saying, those female characters were.
What are you saying about Scarlet?
Lady J, Cover Girl,
They're all cool. The Baroness.
The Baroness.
To boys, maybe.
Well, yes, that's who female characters are created for.
Exactly. So it's just like
the girls have lots of boy characters to like. You have everything from gung ho to stalker. You've got a wide range of boy characters to like. Okay.
It's all Snake Eyes or nothing.
You got him too. He's a dude. It's like there's lots of. You got the silent ninja guy. You got
Storm Shadow,
the big burly guy.
Snake Eyes.
Let's just be real. G.I. Joe was not aimed at girls, even though we watched it. They aimed the holograms at us.
Like with any toy line at that time, they threw in one or two female characters. Like, hey, we might snag some girls.
Well, I think the female characters did have some nice story. In both the cartoons and the
I don't know about the cartoon. It was pretty simple, but the comics are. I feel that the comics are superior to the book. To the TV show.
I know that Scarlet has like 12 brothers, and they're all kung fu fighters, and she was the best of them all.
The damn Irish Catholic families.
Well, hey, don't hate us, man. Don't hate us because we're beautiful.
Why, you don't have 12 brothers and sisters, do you?
I have 6 brothers. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters.
Oh.
Too bad you didn't have 6 older brothers. You could be the 7th son.
Yeah, well, that's also because I'm a blended family. So my mom had 3 sons. My dad had 3 daughters. And then my parents adopted my nephew when one of my brothers died. So
here's the story of a woman named Esther.
I got a big family, man. You know, don't be hating.
Oh no, I'm just the opposite, only child.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's why you're so together. Because your parents put all of their love and attention into you, allowed you to grow to be the man you are today, that you can found your entire Capes and Lunatics network, and
we'll call it love and attention. Okay.
Afford comic books and things like that. Whereas,
careful, your mother does listen occasionally, Philip.
That Lilith is so nice.
So what did you think about that Captain Marvel? Back to the beginning.
Okay. The Captain Marvel acting. I think it's. I mean, here's an actress and she's in a movie, and that's cool. And it's a female of color, which is nice, which we don't have a lot of in Marvel yet. Although we're going to get like 3 more in Black Panther, so there we go.
Well, I mean, like they were speculating it might be Monica Rambeau, that Captain Marvel, and because they already said they're going to have Marvel and Carol Dan. So we're going to have 3 like I said, we're going to have 3 Captain Marvels, and only Carol Danvers makes it out at by the end of the movie.
I mean that's interesting, but then that's 3 origins into one movie. I don't know.
Unless there's like something where they all get their powers at once or something.
Well, my money is on that. Actually, she's Dakota North. Yeah, because that was something that they had played into in the last set of Captain Marvel books I had read, which is that her and Dakota North were like good friends. And we don't have a Dakota North. And yes, Dakota North's white in the comic books, but it's like, are there that many Dakota North fans who go, oh, how could they make her an African American? That just ruins the character.
Well. Internet outrage is internet outrage, even if you only know cursory knowledge. That is like, come on.
Yeah, but I mean,
this is true.
I mean, would they do that though? Because they already kind of have like a female detective in like Jessica Jones.
But she's never going to cross over into the movies.
Yeah, she's in Netflix.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, Jessica Jones is not that good of a detective. She's just super powered. Dakota North is an actual detective, and is, you know, it's like the difference between, you know, anybody and Hawkeye. You know, Hawkeye's it's like the difference between Captain America and Hawkeye. Hawkeye's doing everything that everyone else does. I'm gonna say Hawkeye, a
little slow.
Man's got mad skills, and he works hard. You know, it's a little bit more interesting one.
I mean, I would have no problem with her being Dakota North, but I think they should like save her for, if they're going to introduce her, save it for Netflix. Put her on Daredevil, because she was in Daredevil a couple years ago. She was like working as the private investigator for Nelson and Murdoch.
Well, that's fine. I mean, you know what? Oh, well, I mean, that actress is already on Netflix. Because she's All That, right?
That's a TV show?
Yeah, it's a TV show now on Netflix.
I'm not really into Netflix original programming.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless it's Black Mirror.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so looking forward to watching Black Mirror, because I've had everyone say so many good things about Black Mirror.
Yeah, I've been meaning to see it because I've heard all kinds of good stuff. But
hold on, wait, time out. You guys have never seen one single episode of Black Mirror.
Not a single episode. Not a single episode.
Season 1 is so great.
So I'm gonna try and watch it.
I can't wait till you guys watch it, and I can't wait to talk about it. This season, you would definitely like the first episode of season 4.
Well, yeah,
wasn't it like a Star Trek?
Yeah.
Speaking of sci-fi and Star Trek-esque, when we were discussing this afternoon, I guess they were talking about season 2 of the Orville and how it might have a little less humor, a little more sci-fi, and a little threw up all over the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, I was already bored by the end of this first season, so I don't know. What? Maybe a change of formula will be a good thing. I don't know.
Well, here's what. Yeah, I mean,
sorry, I was gonna say if it's like Star Trek, we always compare it to Star Trek: The Next Generation. I mean, I always I don't know. I wasn't too thrilled with the first season of that, but I mean, it got way better as time went on. Maybe Orville will.
But it's a McFarlane production. Like, no offense.
Well, that's
this stuff is known to dip in quality even as early as season 2, but it does make a comeback. I will give him that. He can make a hell of a comeback.
Well, that's what I said. I think there was so much humor in the first season because I think Fox was like, "Oh, well, we have Seth MacFarlane. We want Seth MacFarlane. You know, if we're gonna."
They definitely wanted to tread that line to make sure you know that it's a parody and not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
especially with Star Trek Discovery coming out at that time.
Comedy, I never felt the comedy was front and center in the Orville. I never once felt that this was a comedy. So, and I think of it. Okay, so I think of it like Shameless.
Okay.
Shameless is technically a comedy.
A dark comedy, but a comedy nonetheless. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's a comedy. Well, if you actually watch the original British Shameless, it's way more Brit comedy.
Yes. Yes.
We're poor. Let's go get drunk. You know. It's basically like Andy Capp comedy, the original Shameless.
Exactly.
And then the U.S. Shameless still has a lot of humor, but is not afraid to be dramatic. You know, it is Pagliacci. You know, there is humor, and we put on our pants, and we are the clown, but at the same time, you know, it is also not afraid to deal with the harder things in life. You know. Like whether or not you can drink soda while you drive the Starship, because the old captain used to let us have soda on the console. You're just waiting for that soda to spill and that to cause a major problem in the series.
But I mean,
that is just Chekhov's soda on that console.
But I mean, the article said it was like, it's not that they're getting rid of the humor, but it, like I think I don't know if it was Seth MacFarlane said, you know, it's just like we don't need to have a joke every page of script, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You let it come more naturally, and
I feel like he thinks he's earned his stripes, but I think he might be in for a rude awakening. Is all that I'm saying.
Well, most artists are, you know. I mean.
Fox is very heavy-handed in control of shows and stuff like that. And even though, yes, it's Seth MacFarlane, but at the same time, they still are very...
Well, it's going to be Disney.
I mean, they're still letting the Fox TV people control that. It's just they own it, you know? They're not going to really have the day-to-day say of it. That's not Disney's kind of motto.
Disney is... here's what I'll say. I mean, it's hard to say what Disney will do. What I will say is that Disney is very controlling of their properties. And if Disney feels that the Orville can be their Star Trek, which is one of the few things they don't own, and they feel they can take the, the Galactic Union is what it's called. They can take that Galactic Union and make it bigger and better than Star Trek, since, Star Trek has completely stumbled in its canon and its continuity and its storytelling so badly. I have not even seen Discovery. I just know that it's not good because of what they allowed to happen to the movies.
Maybe they learn their lessons. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, but the thing is I'm never going to know because I'm not going to pay just for CBS.
That's right.
That's my biggest problem with the Tick right now is I love the Tick, but my 30 days expires before the next season of Tick, the second half of the Tick season drops in February.
It comes standard with Amazon Prime. You don't shop on Amazon? Who are you?
Why would I shop on Amazon? I shop at stores where they sell.
We support our local businesses. Alert. We support our local brick and mortar, Lilith.
Not only that, but okay. So here's what I buy. Here's what I buy on Amazon: plushes for my kids. Kids are so into plushes these days. It's crazy.
The kids.
Creepy.
The kids. Okay. I mean, and that's it, really. Really, it's plushes, maybe a video game item like a Skylander that's hard to find.
I don't even know what to say. Like, I literally just bought 18 things on Amazon today and like 7 last week. Like, I don't know what to say to that.
Because 1, you don't like to leave your house, and 2, I mean, you
and there's plenty of people like me.
Damage down there.
And that's fine. I'm just not one of them.
And you get Prime Music. I mean, it's what, $10 a month.
You know what? It's 11 something a month.
And after tax or whatever. I watch I actually like Amazon's original programming, so that's like a plus for. And I do a lot of 2-day shipping. So. And
I'm trying to find something that will make it worthwhile. And honestly, what kind of annoyed me is like I went through like a bunch of their suggestions. The only one that actually like, oh, hey, that might be interesting was the actual Fox Tick with Patrick Warburton. I said, well, yeah, of course I'm going to like that. I just watched the Tick. But it's like all the other, like they had and most
their interface is poopy. I will give you that.
And they gave me a lot of really, like a lot of cheap animation things. And I'm not against cheap animation, but like there was one that I was really excited about, which was like God's Talk Show. But the very first episode, he's interviewing Jared from Jared Fogle. I'm like, okay, I'm not watching this. I just said, nope, I don't care. There's my, because I love God humor. I follow God on Facebook. I love God Man from Tom the Dancing Bug.
I love his early work.
Well, no, I mean, there's a lot of great God humor you can do, but you open up with, I love God, the Devil, and Bob, one of my favorite like half-season cartoons for adults. That was great. But that was a good series, God, the Devil, and Bob. But when you open it up with, and here's Jared Fogle, it's like, no, you didn't go to Fogle already. I'm not even gonna dignify this with a watch.
Are you sure it was God?
But could it have been Satan? I don't know. I guess they're more dramatic. Like really, like all their original programs are pretty dramatic. I guess so. Like there's like Hand of God, Man in the High Castle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that you can watch. There's that one that John Goodman was in, House of Alphas or something like that.
Yeah.
Lilith, do you have like
I
a
don't-
side deal with Amazon or something?
I just love
No,
Amazon.
and I get that, and I'm like, and I don't know, I don't. Maybe I just don't have. At this point in my life, I don't have the tolerance for like heavy drama.
Mm.
You know, I need something that I'm watching TV to tickle my nerd spots, man. And drama don't tickle my nerd spots mostly.
Well, Man in the High Castle, that could take it. Based on the book, it's pretty good adaptation.
You mean based on the short story?
Yeah, sure.
that-
He never really wrote. Yes, sure.
He never. Yeah, Philip K. Dick is basically he's the guy who like wrote one issue of something that someone else like said, and from there we're gonna do this entire universe.
Exactly.
You know, and it's like
On the short concept.
before I died. You know, I wish people could have paid me millions of dollars to rewrite my works before I was dead. But and you know they're all good. I mean from They Live on up, they're all good stories. And which is why I think Electric Sheep might be a good thing.
You gonna watch
Might
it?
be good because it's an anthology based on Philip K. Dick stories.
What is
But
it?
I think it's called Electric Sheep, isn't it?
Yeah. Taken from Do Electric Sheep Dream, which
No,
is
do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is
Yeah,
what
do.
Blade Runner
There you go.
was based on.
Hmm.
You know, and I mean, it's all cool. I just, and I get the free 2-day shipping. That's great. Although they didn't ship I signed up for it, but they didn't ship my other son's Nightmare Freddy plush in 2 days. That he has to wait till January 16th for. So it's like,
you have to read the terms carefully now.
Yeah, but it's like, he's excited about it because he knows he's getting, because he didn't. I said, "Do you want me to tell you what it is?" He says, "No, don't tell me." I think he's gonna love it. You know.
Don't watch this, kids. That's your kids.
Oh,
You don't
he's
want to be
my
spoiled.
shows. Trust me.
Anyway, back to TV. Fox pulled a really weird thing I thought this week. There's new episodes of Lucifer and The Gifted Monday, January 1st, but next week they're not. I mean, I think they're repeats.
Yeah.
What up with
Well,
that?
it's the first of the year. Everybody's sitting home, hungover. Why not?
They caught
Something.
Lilith hungover.
I actually wasn't. I was very proud of myself this year. Thank you very much. It's the end of the world as you know it. Yes, it is.
That's true. But so did you watch both of those, Lilith?
I just can't get into Lucifer right now after the situation.
Oh, you didn't watch this week? It was weird.
No.
It was like a flashback episode to like before season 1. It's like when he first got to LA and stuff. It was
Oh, I should have watched it then. Was it more Tom Ellis and less everybody else?
I mean, they kind of worked Dan and Chloe into it a little bit, but it was mostly Lucifer and Amenadiel.
Okay, I will watch it then. I won't just wait until, because I binge Lucifer. I can't.
A little bit of those. Yeah.
But Gifted was great.
Yeah, and then what is it? 2 week? Not this week, but next week is the 2-hour finale.
Yeah.
The Stepford Cuckoos. That's getting good.
So good. I love that actress. I wish I could remember her name. She was in something else, and I can't remember what it was that I really liked her in. Oh, she was in American Horror Story, but that's not the one I'm thinking of that I really liked her in.
And I was trying to figure out that guy she was reporting to at the Hellfire Club. Is that supposed to be somebody we know or just?
I think it's a thinly veiled illusion of somebody we're supposed to know. Yeah. I don't know how those rights are going to shake out right now, I guess. So it's just like, hey, you can mention the Hellfire Club, but I don't know.
Well, didn't they already use a lot of the good Hellfire Club people in the movies, and it's supposed to be contiguous with the movies?
Well, yeah,
It is supposed to be set somewhere in there, but who knows what timeline?
Yeah, because Sebastian Shaw was like in X-Men First Class.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, it's not like Kevin Bacon's gonna reprise that role.
The cyborg guy in Old Man Logan.
Wait a minute. Actually,
we had Emma Frost.
Kevin Bacon can't reprise that role because he still has that lingering contract because of what's that cult TV show? Was it called? No, it wasn't called Cult. But that cult TV show that he did for them.
Okay.
He still kind of has
the Edgar Allan Poe one.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. The following.
Well, he can't reprise the role either because Magneto put a quarter through his brain too.
But like I said, who knows what timeline we're actually floating in? That's they've been very careful to dance around that issue.
Oh, who was the one guy? He was originally in the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. He was the guy who actually manipulated Phoenix to going crazy. Mastermind. Have they done anything with? I mean, so. I know technically in the first, or was it in the when they first did Stryker, that was supposed to be his son. Was like Mastermind, but he's not really Mastermind.
Well, it depends because he had a daughter too. So I mean, they can bring the daughter.
But they never mentioned her in the movies. So. Yeah, I'm so happy with Gifted. Like, it's a little family schmaltzy time, but I enjoy it because it's still better than the other Marvel stuff that I just can't get into. Like, I can only get into like Daredevil and a little bit of Jessica Jones. Everything else has just been blah for me. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I just can't get over season 1. I won't forgive them for season 1, so it's just like I can't. I watch a couple episodes here and there. I'm just petty. It's like you wasted my time for 16 episodes to get good. I just can't forgive you for that.
Contrarian.
Yeah.
And Lilith, you gotta watch Legion. Charlie Esser.
I did watch it.
Because I think I just saw it today. I think season 2's coming back in April. So binge watch.
I watched Stranger Things instead, and I've got that one on the back burner.
I like Stranger Things.
Legion's like 8 episodes. It's Lilith, that's an afternoon for you. Just breeze through that.
Okay, I'll do half the season and see how I feel. I'll do it Sunday while everybody's sleeping. Nobody gets up before 12 on Sunday.
And on the 7th day, she rested.
Well, they do. I have to keep my body on the same schedule every day. So.
Lazy boyfriend and dogs.
Yeah. Well, dogs need to poop when they need to poop, man.
Oh, my dogs are so lazy. They will wait till literally they're bursting. They're just like they lay there and they're just like, don't want to get up.
But I'm sure you don't have. Do you have a doggy door? Can they go out on their own?
No.
Yeah. Probably in Florida, you don't want to have a doggy door because something may come in.
And after that tornado,
possums, gators,
after that tornado, the
geckos,
the fence is gone.
But yeah, that's why I feel if you can't train it to use a toilet, you don't want it in your house. That's my motto.
They have, let me knock on wood, been exceptionally good, all of them, since they were puppies.
Well, no, I'm not saying that they're not good. I'm just saying that you still got to open the door for them.
That's fine. I got to get my lazy ass up anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
You didn't beat that, Philip.
What?
You didn't beat that.
You didn't beat the A word.
Well, I didn't.
You weren't ready for it.
I mean, I guess
Philip's not ready for any of this.
I guess I should know your potty mouth, but I mean, still.
I slipped one in.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Comic books.
I only read one comic book this week. Well, no, I actually read a bunch because I got a bunch of my old comic books, and then all my favorite comic books come out again this week. So I'm like, ah.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming out this upcoming week. Let me pull up my list. Lilith Action 995. We're almost there.
I know, but no, I still have something to go on Detective. So it's just like, oh, are we gonna do the 1,000 issue special or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
just in case the other DC fan doesn't show up, you got me.
And for all of you, Red Hood and the Outlaws comes out this Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Daredevil, Despicable Deadpool. Oh, Old Man Hawkeye. We get Old Man Hawkeye and Old Man Logan this week.
See, that's one I wanted to read. It's like,
she's about to poop all over Old Man.
No, Hawkeye. Old Man Hawkeye is better than Old Man Logan. I'm just saying. Well, I enjoy it way more.
Guess we'll see. Guess we'll get that even more this week.
Oh, have you read Old Man Hawkeye already?
Yep, I started on it. I didn't have it first 2 issues. I like it.
It must be nice to get reviews.
Oh, they're already out?
No, somebody.
Yeah, well, they're not out, but they're out.
Somebody gets review copies.
Oh. Every now and then.
Yeah, she is a fangirl who has adventures, so.
Lilith, are you still feeling Phoenix Resurrection?
Yes, of course. I'm so excited. I can't wait until this is the this is just a little mini series. I can't wait till it actually folds back in and becomes like a regular thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm waiting on. But it's been so good so far.
Yeah.
Did you not like it?
No, I like it. I'm here for it. There's a lot of X-Men stuff this week.
It always is, Philip. Don't kid yourself.
I know, but did you read Rogue and Gambit?
No, not interested.
No, it's pretty good. It's only a
Rogue and Gambit. I don't
It's
buy
only a
it.
miniseries. It's not an ongoing. I don't.
You know what's weird to
Is
me
it
about
6 or
Rogue and
12?
Gambit?
I think it might be only 4, maybe.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I'll wait for all 4 to come out.
Because it's
Did Rogue and Gambit only get put together because they were just the 2 people with Southern accents?
That's what I feel like.
It's like when you have like 2 characters of the same grouping in a team, and it's like, you 2 should date. It's like, no. What do they even have in common?
I do feel that they suffered from the trope of shut up and kiss. I just don't buy their relationship. Never have.
But it's just by Kelly Thompson, who I did interview. I know she said she was a big fan of the animated X-Men series. So
Give me Jubilee then. How about that? She always gets shortchanged.
Yeah. Well, she's a vampire now. Yeah, exactly. That's what everyone says when you say Jubilee's a vampire now. They're like,
of course she is.
It's X-Men.
She sparkles too, probably.
You're either a vampire or a time traveler, or
Yeah, I don't even understand.
Like I said, Jubilee gets shortchanged.
When Doctor Strange got rid of the vampires, and they should have left them gone. Dang.
Can she at least cross over into Blade and make it interesting?
I was gonna say, then Blade be out of a job if we got rid of all the vampires.
Well, he was for a while.
Yeah.
Because there's only one vampire left when he was in cryostasis, and then he woke up and became the new Baron Blood, and that was Doctor Strange's brother, because he was trying to find a way to bring him back from the dead, and recreated the vampire ritual, but because he was in cryostasis when he did the ritual to kill all the vampires, he was not killed in that, but then because one vampire returned, all the other vampires. Yep. I like Doctor Strange.
That happened.
An astonishing X-Men. Professor X is back in the body of Phantom X, and everyone's like, well, okay, you just took his body.
So what happened to Phantom X?
His mind's on the astral plane. He's free now.
Is he cool with that?
He seems to be, but even the X-Men were like, is he really okay with that, or did Xavier just like make him okay with that?
Yeah,
we all know the answer.
And of course, it doesn't go. Of course, Xavier's return. Who else comes back? I guess because of his
Shadow King,
Proteus.
Yeah. Who? Oh, Proteus.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
So wait, you didn't buy Black Panther, Rise of Black Panther #1?
No, I didn't get. I was thinking about it, but I might swing back around and get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it tomorrow. I heard good things.
You didn't read it?
Nope, I heard good things. When it comes to Marvel, I have to hear good things for me to put my money out. So
I had to pick up 50 million X-Men books,
Yeah, true.
Oh, and Guardians of the Galaxy #150.
Was it oversized? Was it extra price?
With the lenticular cover, of course.
Oh,
$4.99 because it was
lenticular covers.
Because it was the last issue.
Sure.
Because they're going into Infinity Countdown or whatever,
Yeah.
New gimmick.
Whatever.
Lots of things have
New
last
gimmick.
issue.
Who this? That's what I want to know.
Well, it's like Infinity War's coming, so we need a big Infinity event, and like I sent you that link, Lilith. Domino's going to be in Deadpool 2 movie, so who's getting her own ongoing series?
That's jumping the gun. That's all I'm saying. Like, we're going through Cable and Deadpool, and occasionally we talk about it. It's just like, does she really? I think they're going to make her Harley Quinn. It's Gail Simone.
I really liked what they did with the actress playing Domino in the film, where they gave her the
vitiligo.
Yeah, they gave her the vitiligo spot. No, that was just what I thought, oh, that is so cool, because it looks real.
Mm-hmm.
They took a comic character
with
that had a very unreal look and made her look really real. and I bought.
It's just the actual character of Domino. Like, does she really need her own book? Are they gonna make her a Harley Quinn?
I don't think she.
Like-
I don't think she needs her own ongoing, and even like the Cable one is kind of soft right now. So maybe they should just give them like their own team up.
Team up book?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Sony says they're doing a Black Cat Silver Sable movie.
That ain't happening. Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Venom film is happening. I think
Now Venom makes sense. I mean, not in a world without Spider-Man, but
yeah,
they call
exactly.
it
That's what I'm gonna say. It's
Spider-Verse.
like Venom. You know, it's
Or
no.
Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse, sure.
There is a there was a thing where basically a company bought the rights to just the Human Torch, and they made a TV series
Flame off.
about a guy that was like, I don't think it was called John Storm even, but he was like a fighter pilot who has electricity powers for reasons, because that's easier. That was easier to like CGI back in the 70s or 80s when this film came out, and it was like that, to me that's what the Venom film is. It's just something so disconnected from its own continuity that you're like, what are you making?
I mean,
So-
I like Venom, and I'm gonna go see this movie just out of morbid curiosity, but I totally get what you're saying.
I mean, just the fact that they're basically making him Agent Venom, that yet still using Eddie Brock.
Oh, is he
Yeah.
gonna be Agent Venom in the movie?
Yeah, he's Eddie Brock, Soldier of Fortune, or some
Okay, I
nonsense.
thought they were going with like more of a horror vibe or something.
Well, it might be horror. It could be a horror in
That
the
was
jungle.
the initial thing after that whole. That was the speculation after that whole Life thing, that Life movie with Ryan Reynolds. They were like, "Oh, this could be the," but they backed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Well, it's a better origin than Spider-Man 3. Oh, it just drops from the sky.
And that is how it gets into most. I mean,
The cartoon had it right. I like the cartoon version of it, where they came back with the Fantastic Four. Nobody remembers that Spider-Man cartoon episode. Okay, that's fine.
I don't remember. I remember being stuck to John Jameson's ship.
Yes.
When he
Yeah,
returns to
there
Earth.
was. That's what I'm thinking of.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, no, and that made sense. Yeah.
Okay.
fan.
Yeah,
It's all
no,
the
it's stuck to
same.
John Jameson's ship.
Yes.
And the John Jameson saving John Jameson's ship is actually from the original books, and it was a great way to integrate alien symbiote
Spider-Man
into
number
it.
1 and Venom. Yeah.
I actually don't mind the created life form that they did in the more recent Spider-Man cartoons, where it's part of the Oscorp,
Horizon
genetic
Labs thing. Yeah.
Verizon,
Oh, yeah.
whatever, yeah. That's cool in its own way.
Mm-hmm. What I'm saying, at least give it an origin. Spider-Man 3 was just like, oh, it fell out of the sky.
I mean, stuff does happen, fall from the sky all the time.
I know, but it's like they I don't think they even
No,
showed it
didn't
like
that-
I don't think they even showed it like
Spider-Man 3
entering
didn't act- no.
Earth orbit. So it's like, where did it come from? An airplane from space? Where did it come from?
Didn't they actually have? Wasn't that John Jameson's? Wasn't John Jameson involved with it getting into the Earth in the movie?
In Spider-Man 3, no, I'm telling you,
I think it was in.
they just
No.
had it fall.
Venom was found in Spider-Man. The symbiote was found in Spider-Man 2, I believe.
I don't think. I think it just dropped out of the sky in 3.
Hold on, no, I think it was too.
Yeah, I think it started in 2, because you had Connor.
Because you had Green Goblin, Sandman, and
That was
in 3, and Venom is
yeah,
in
that's
3.
three.
Venom
Two.
is in 3, but I think that they introduced the symbiote in 2.
I don't think.
They just didn't do anything with it.
That sounds like a Sam Raimi thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, Sam
Hey, he
Raimi
had
had
the
nothing to
3
do with
films.
3. He left. They
They didn't
Well,
have room
they-
in
they
two.
pulled,
They
they
didn't,
pulled the Zack Snyder. All right, buddy, you don't want to
They
do what
didn't-
we want you to do.
they
Get
didn't
out of
have
here.
room in 2. We had that big, huge ego
Emo.
Otto Octavius.
We had the big emo issue.
That was 3.
Otto was so cool. That was a really good interpretation of Otto too.
Mhm.
In 2.
It was
Who's that actor? I really like that actor. Molina, John.
Alfred Molina was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Alfred
Alfred
Molina.
Molina.
Yes. He's great. He was Tevyev on Broadway recently.
Oh,
Well, not
really?
recently, but like a few years ago. Yeah. Alfred he's great. He's fantastic.
Is he like
He
Andy
did
Serkis?
he did Law and Order LA too.
Yes.
Oh,
He was-
the like
He was the
5
prosecutor
episodes.
in Law and
like
Order
half
LA.
the season, yeah.
He was fantastic. No, I mean, Alfred is it Molina or Molina? It's
I
Molina.
think it's Molina.
Yeah, there's an L in. Yeah, Alfred Molina is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And what I loved about it is they really got the whole idea of Dr. Octopus isn't evil until the accident.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Well, but that's why Dr. Octopus is always evil now, because his brain patterns are post-evil. And then got filtered through that evil Parker brain.
Stay tuned, everyone, for our next
look
at
Kane.
YouTube exclusive show.
Why is Kane evil? Because the basic
Spider-Man.
nature of Peter Parker is, how can I make things better for me? How can I do for me and no one else? Because the only reason why Spider-Man is a hero is because his uncle got shot and he felt guilty.
Peter Parker isn't dropping all these bodies in the hospital. Otto did, though.
Well, they were villains who was dropping the hospital.
So they're not human beings, Charlie?
If the Flash has taught us anything, if you're evil, you don't deserve due process.
Or toilets, huh?
Exactly. Or food, even. Ooh, which reminds me, Cisco Ramon's journal is, you can pre-order it on Amazon. I swear this podcast is not sponsored by Amazon, but if you want to, you can sponsor us.
What is it, a novel?
That's like a journal. Like, I don't know if you guys know about the Tumblr. They do the Adventures of Cisco, and basically it's like one big journal, and it's kind of like Arrow's dossier thingy.
Yeah. Actually, Lilith, that's called an epistolary novel.
I don't think it's a novel at all, though. I think it's just one of those.
Wow, he said that even after apple juice. Wow.
It's an epistolary. An epistolary means that it's a collection of letters meant to tell a story. And it is meant to tell a story. So for example, Watchmen has a very epistolary construct to it, because there's a lot of secondary source material that's put together that does not seem related, that actually gives a related story.
Hey, I love Dangerous Liaisons just as much as the next person.
That is a good list.
And Mr. Chatterley's lover. Come on.
And Dracula.
Yes. Although
the world's most famous, the most famous epistolary novel.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't hold up. Fight me, nerds.
I'm not going to argue it. I don't know if it holds up or not.
You haven't read it recently?
Dracula? No, I've never read Dracula.
I just read it like 4 years ago again, and I was just like, God, I was such an emo goth kid to like this book. I can't even with myself right now.
Well, because it's about, it's about moody people. I mean, it's all moody people.
Wait, you're saying you're goth, Lilith Hellfire? No.
I did go through a phase, I will say. A long phase.
Yeah, birth to 31. Yeah.
Well, there's not just one kind of goth. There's sparkle goth. There's happy goth. There's
like the South Park episode.
Yeah.
Contrarian goth.
I was nerdy goth.
At our school, that's all there was. Oh, and then the trench coat goths.
Well, the nerdy goth is I did not. I wore black, but I identified as goth, though my immersion in goth culture was always grounded in this idea that I was not going to put on airs.
Then what's the point, Charlie?
Black trench coat.
The girl I was dating was goth, and so I'm going to wear black. Thank you very much.
There you go. That's the source I was looking for.
Oh, we did it.
That's how it works, my friend. That's how every choice a man makes in life.
That's how come Hot Topic became a thing.
Well, you know what? Or to quote that Futurama episode, every achievement in human history has been all meant to impress the opposite sex, or sometimes the same sex.
I totally believe it.
Yeah, well, not for nothing, yes. The more complex your mating ritual is, the more you have to do to mate. And humans are very complex creatures. So if you're going to mate, you need to prove your worth. That is the whole concept of humanity. That's why humans kept on getting smarter, because once you get smart people, in order to mate with smart people, you got to prove that you're worthy to mate with a smart person. So humans kept on getting smarter and smarter and smarter, and our dating rituals got more and more elaborate.
We're still pretty. We're on the downswing.
No, we're not. We're not. Well, there are the, you have that whole separation point of the Eloi and the Morlocks.
Hate to break it to you, kids.
Well, yeah. The current first family certainly speaks of Eloi.
I love my first family. I love my president.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's really nice. Thank you.
It proves that anybody can truly be president.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying you can't be president. I'm just saying the Eloi were the idle Rish who ceased to be challenged by life, if you will. And the Morlocks were those who lived in the darkness, who were challenged. And eventually, the Eloi were the cattle of the Morlocks. This is just science fiction, people. This is just straight up science fiction. This is what it is. Prophetic science fiction, perhaps. But I always never understood why they always cast the Morlocks as the bad guys, except that it was written by an elite British guy.
I was gonna say, author much?
Yeah, I mean, although on some levels, like, dude, why are you dating the cow? Because theoretically, the girl that he's like, oh, she's beautiful, but it also just shows the lie of that entire toxic masculine idea of femininity, which is, well, she's beautiful. Yes, but she can't speak.
That's the dream, Charlie. That's the dream.
I don't know, man. See, this is what I will always say. This is why Playboy ruined me. Because Playboy makes you associate sexuality with intelligent discourse.
Because you can read it just for the articles. We know, Charlie.
Well, but here's the thing. The other aspect of Playboy, you're done with that relatively quickly. And then you got to well, now what am I going to do? I said, well, there's a magazine here. Let's see what this is. Oh, wow, this is some great fiction by Stephen King. And suddenly, when you go and meet someone, it's in your brain that, yeah, beauty and sexuality, that's all great, but, can you talk to me about the current Middle East crisis? What are your views on anything? We
don't know what's happening.
To quote Dave Chappelle's recent thing, if she ain't going full hustler, I don't care.
I never liked Hustler. It's poorly written. It's so base.
There's no mystery.
I mean, the sex is fine. It's just like, what are you going to... It's after the sex. It's like this. If all your interest is the...
You get your glass of water, and then you go home. That's what you do.
That's right.
That's my thing. It's like, who wants porn that's just porn? I guess lots of people.
Yes,
but,
that's right.
I guess from my perspective, maybe it's how I was raised. Maybe it's just because I'm one of the smart people. I don't want porn that's just porn. I want porn that is...
No.
I want porn that makes me think and makes me care about the porn.
Okay, that is the summary for our new Capes and Lunatics.
What, Charlie wants existential porn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So have you let this go off the rails?
I love this.
Bring it back in.
Oh, baby, I love you. Tell me, what is the meaning of life?
So, DC books.
Okay, did you read Batman and the Signal #1?
I wanted to, but I didn't want to spend my money. You know what I spent that money on? I spent on Exit Stage Left, the Snagglepuss Chronicles #1.
Oh, I want to read that so bad.
It is so freaking good. Like, I don't even like Snagglepuss, but I didn't feel like spending money on another Batman book. So it's $3.99. It is set in 1953, and it's the nuclear arms race. I I mean, you really don't expect that from Snagglepuss. And actually,
Is
Snagglepuss
Doggy
is
Daddy
more like,
in it? Is Dog? Because I know Augie Doggy's in it, but is Doggy Daddy?
no, I don't think so.
Okay, because I want to know, is Doggy Daddy a jazz musician, or is he just a blue collar guy? I know Augie Doggy is like wanting to be the acolyte to Snagglepuss, but I want to know what the Doggy Daddy relationship is in there.
I guess they're gonna keep doing this one, so we might find out. But it's just
Yeah,
this weird thing where
I'm
he's
sorry. I'm
supposed
also
to
a
Broadway.
Hanna-Barbera nerd.
Obviously. But no, it was just this really interesting thing, and I really liked what they did with the Flintstones.
Oh, yeah.
So I decided to give this a try, and I really actually like it. It's got drama, it's got humor, and anything that's kind of set around Broadway, I love, especially like the backstage machinations of Broadway.
Yeah, I really want to reach that. I mean, I am like,
It's
want
worth
to
the
have
$4.
money again. Yeah, if I had $4,
The artwork is so stellar.
Basically, I've got 3 vices: comic books, apple juice,
And
lottery tickets. And
Existential porn.
So apple juice can go for a week. It'll be okay.
A week?
Apple juice is like the one thing
Go
that's
a
like,
day.
you know what? That's the thing that I kind of don't want to give up. I'll be honest with you.
That's the thing he'll fight you over.
I'm in that spot. I know what that means. I know I need to go to Apple Juice Anonymous about this issue. But I have to be honest. The apple juice is. I don't want to go a week without apple juice.
I'm
gonna be honest.
He's gonna be, but it's gonna be the one week I never hits.
Oh my god! If you
That's the thing.
If you win the lottery, man, you can have all the apple juice you want. You're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, and comic books.
He'll never leave the house again. It'll be all like me, and he'll love Amazon.
No, first off, I'm going to leave the house because I have to stay fit, and I'll be
because
walking.
he loves humanity, unlike some people.
I don't see what the big deal is about humanity. The unwashed masses, no, thank you.
You know what? My thing with humanity is I'm one of them.
I know. I hate me, so I don't want to be around.
Okay.
Charlie,
I love me.
Charlie is a man of the people.
I think I'm awesome. I love me, so I assume everyone else is like me and is cool too.
And that's where you would be wrong. Far and few between.
Entirely possible. But yes.
But yes, long story short, Snagglepuss is worth the money. Artwork stellar, great story. Can't wait to see where it goes. I love this setting. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
They also have Dastardly and Muttley #5 out. I mean, I'm not reading that, but just to throw that out there too.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not quite sure on what's going on. No. I would. No, I like. I looked at the concept. It's like, okay, I'm like, I gave some look at Dastardly and Muttley. It's like wacky races. It's like I'm not sure I'm not sure there's more here than just a nostalgia buzz for it. You know?
Exactly.
It's like this. Like Snagglepuss, I really feel like the Jetsons I don't think is that good. I have no interest in the Jetsons. Mostly because I didn't like the rewriting of the Rosie origin. And that like completely soured me on the Jetsons.
Jetsons like Rosie, have been and always will be a poor man's Flintstones. I'm sorry. No matter what medium.
Yeah, well, you know.
There it is.
Well, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to fight you on that, honestly. I mean, the Jetsons, the Jetsons were a different sitcom. It was based on Father Knows Best rather than the Honeymooners, which is what the Flintstones are based on.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there was a child in the first Flintstones iteration, but actually they got rid of that child very quickly and only later brought in Pebbles. There was supposed to be a Fred Jr. in the original pilot, although that character, I think, eventually they brought him back as the Paperboy.
Oh, the Paperboy.
The Paperboy, who was in love with Pebbles. And then I don't think they brought in Pebbles until like the second season, when they started doing an I Love Lucy vibe on.
Mm-hmm.
But originally it was supposed to be the Honeymooners, which is why everyone's based on the Honeymooners and why there's no children.
Oh, yes.
No children in the Honeymooners. No, when they added children, it was fine. It was still good, but
What about the Great Gazelle?
My favorite Flintstone stuff though are the movies where Pebbles and Bam Bam are grown up though.
Oh
I have
yeah.
to
Well,
say,
I mean,
those are good.
They were teenagers. They weren't grown up yet.
No, there's ones where they were actually grown up and married and had kids of their own. It's one of those Christmas specials. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. I thought it was weird when Barney and Fred became police officers and they teamed up with the Shmoo. Because I was not quite sure. First off, it was like when Laverne and Shirley joined the army and had a pig drill sergeant. Okay, this is probably like way before your time, but they did a lot of shows where you see now when Potsy, Fonzie, and Ralph Malph went on the Time Machine with Cupcake, that was my favorite. But then they did Laverne and Shirley Join the Army as a cartoon. I was like, first I thought it was like maybe 2 episodes, and it was cool those 2 episodes. I don't know if it makes for a whole series.
Whoa. Mind blown. Where's the button?
What's the
Yeah, you gotta come to the early 80s with me, Lilith. That is the time when cartoons were just strange.
Did you read Black Lightning, Philip? You need to be reading Cold Dead Hands. If you're gonna watch the damn TV show, you got to be reading this book because I feel like a lot of the book is.
I have to go get the other. I picked up the first one. I have to keep.
We're on 3 now.
Is it on 3? I gotta pick up.
This one's really good. Yeah. Are you familiar with Black Lightning at all?
Yeah.
So Tobias Wells is like my jam, and this is what it's just all building up to. He's like the kingpin of this world, and I love it. And they're giving him really good motivation. I hope this does carry over into the show because I know they cast an actual albino actor.
Yeah, they said didn't they say that Tobias Whale is going to be in there?
Yeah, and they cast him. I was just like, okay, he's not like big, but you can't be picky when it comes to albino actors, especially if they're African American albino. So there you go.
Which African American albino is it? You know?
I was not familiar with him, but he was in like some. Hold on, I'll look for you.
Yeah.
But they also put up the first look at Black
Thunder.
Thunder, yeah.
These suits look a lot better. Well, they are the same people, the same costume designer that's doing Titans.
Okay.
Oh, so the guy's name is Marvin Crundon Jones III. I don't know where he's from, but a lot of people.
Was he in that? What was it? The Arnold Schwarzenegger Apocalypse film. Do you have his IMDb there? Because if it is, then I know that guy. He was a stand-up comedian, and he is hilarious.
It's very short. Hold on.
But it sounds like him. I think that might have been his name. But
it's not local for me right now. But yeah.
So okay, but I'll know him if I see him. If I see a picture of him, I'll say I know that guy.
Just Google Black Lightning Tobias Whale and see if that's the guy. Yeah, Cold Dead Hands is shaping up to be good.
Okay.
I don't know if it's $4 good though.
Tobias Wells?
Whale, like the creature.
Tobias Whale.
Yeah. So yeah, I like this so far. It's pretty good.
That's cool. Did you?
I wonder if Tony Isabella's going to be a writer on Black Lightning. Like, I need to know because I like what he's putting down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's being all. I think I'm fairly certain that's the guy I know. Although he's being all like
apple juice out.
Well, he's being like all tough guy, but he's.
Oh yeah. But
if it's the guy I'm thinking of, he's very nerdy.
Are you gonna give Black Lightning a shot, Charlie?
Who, me? Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I mean, as much as I can.
Just the pilot. All we ask is that you watch the pilot. That's the only thing
watch the pilot.
Tuesday the 16th after the Flash.
Trials, Barry Allen.
Part 1.
No Barry Allen.
Well, actually, it's gonna last more than one episode. I'm very impressed because Flashpoint only lasted an episode. So.
Yeah, Flashpoint was 1 episode.
Yeah, so the trial's going to be at least 3 is what I'm hearing. Like the consequences are going to be at least 3 episodes. So There's that. But yeah, guys, go run out and pick this up. If you're not familiar with Black Lightning, it's a great series. If you are a fan, It's a great reintroduction, I think.
But Lilith, did you breed Deathstroke this week?
I did. I'm kind of fading out.
Did they kind of retcon that whole Deathstroke Terra relationship a little bit?
A little bit, a lot, right?
Well, yeah, it's like he was just stringing her along. He didn't sleep with her now.
I need a BS alert, like that.
Well, maybe it's not. It's only in two.
Like, why would they retcon that of all things to retcon? Like, I don't get it.
Because everyone's like, that's creepy.
Have we seen our president and his wife? I'm just saying. It's not like it's not not normalized in society.
But she's not underage, yeah.
And now she's not.
Yeah, not right now.
So I don't know. But it's just like Jericho and I hate their feud. I just want them to get over it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you didn't read Batman, right?
Mm-mm.
I think that maybe the makings of a new villain. I don't want to ruin it, but it's kind of a different twist. Kind of a surprise ending, and it looks like a new villain.
Okay.
I would just give it a read.
Isn't this another what if kind of thing though?
What?
Batman 38?
No, I don't think
No?
so.
Okay. That's the vibe that I was getting. It's not going to matter at the end. That's going to be the twist.
Oh, I didn't get that vibe.
So how'd that whole war of jokes and riddles end?
No one cares. That's how it ended.
Well, I mean, it's not like anybody really died. I mean, Joker's still around, Riddler's still around.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what was the point of that? Was there like a...
Where's the ka-ching button?
Was there anything of note in it? Because I know we interrupted a whole marriage proposal for it.
Well, it was basically
that
Batman.
was to interrupt the marriage proposal.
Yeah, and Batman was like telling Catwoman the story. And it's like, oh, I almost killed somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that was about.
Somebody.
Okay.
They almost kill people like every day.
They need to go back to the old times where Batman actually killed accidentally. Like, I just love seeing him chase people to the landfills and them getting crushed.
You mean like in the 40s?
People getting hung on the bat plane. Like, I just...
That was not an accident, Lilith. That was a straight up, he lynched.
It's an accident.
Yeah, but I mean, things always come back to work. Yeah, but that always comes around and bites him in the butt. It's like, oh no, look, I dropped this guy in acid. Oh wait. Come back.
But I mean, back in the early days, though, when he was just accidentally crushing criminals and like the old recycle
didn't he
stuff.
carry a gun for a while too?
I'm saying.
Accidentally. Oh, I accidentally shot you. You know what?
Maybe we go back to that.
You know how many orphans those bullets could have fed?
You know how many orphans those bullets created?
Exactly.
Hey,
that's the criminal cycle alive.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to tell you, man. Gotham Dyfus is a really interesting place to work.
Oh, wait a second. All right, change subject. You guys got me off track. Did anybody watch the X-Files on Wednesday?
No, nobody cares. I heard Jillian is leaving. Well, no, I mean, ever since that reboot season, like, it's poop. I'm sorry.
Well, they dropped the bomb at the end of this episode.
What? I mean, they brought Mulder was like kidnapped at the end of the last one, so I'm just like, his son saved him, or
it's not Mulder's kid.
You know, not for nothing. I mean, I enjoyed the X-Files.
Chris Carter does not know how to end a story. Let me tell you.
You know what the problem with the X-Files is that eventually you like gotta
have a payoff.
End it.
No. You can't have a payoff. That's the thing. It's like the reason why any good investigating the paranormal story works only when
is that you don't catch it.
We never say, and here are the aliens.
Yeah.
You know, you've always got to have like this weird mystery aspect. And basically, by the time they started doing the movies, it's like, nope, aliens are real.
I mean,
government's in a conspiracy.
I mean, you could kind of get away with that in the 90s, but now
the first movie was good. The second one was poop, from what I hear.
But I mean, season 11, don't you need a payoff?
You know what? Here's what I'm gonna say.
How about going back in time and not making the damn thing? How about that?
Here's what I'll say. When they did the movie, and then they came back to the series, I completely lost it. I didn't understand. How do you go back to the series after you melted a UFO in Antarctica? This does not make sense.
That was the Fox's decision, totally. And they also made the decision to have those 2 spinoff shows, and we know how that happened, unfortunately. Even though they had great potential.
There were 2?
There was Millennium, and then there was a
Oh, Millennium was a spinoff of X-Files?
Technically, it was a spinoff of X-Files, if I remember right.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I mean, I know that that's part of the what do you call it? The Belcherverse. No, the Belcherverse. Yeah. No, I mean, I liked Lone Gunman. Lone Gunman was cool.
That was great.
I especially like the big dumb guy in it. I'm always a fan of the big dumb guy in shows. I think the big dumb guy never gets enough. Ogre is my favorite character in Revenge of the Nerds.
Ogre.
But yeah, you watched it, you poor thing.
Yeah, I just watched it tonight.
The comic books are better. I will tell you that.
So do you want to know who the father of?
Yeah, I do. Is it the director, the FBI director?
Is
it Skinner?
It's a combination of alien DNA,
of course,
and the cigarette
smoking man. Shut the front door.
Didn't he die in the first round of the series?
That's not the same guy, because I thought the actor was really dead though.
I just saw him tonight, so he must still be alive.
The same guy?
Mandela effect. No, I just saw him on this episode.
So. Yeah, no, his character died of cancer when he was trying to sell the
real life. I don't know.
Well,
no, because he didn't actually smoke cigarettes in real life.
Yeah, I didn't think he died from cancer. I just thought he was old and he died, like actors do.
Mandela effect, because I just saw him.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's the same actor. I'm not sure.
It is, unless they have really, really good CGI. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I just, I was actually mad when they killed the cigarette smoking man, because I love that episode, because he does the whole life as a box of chocolates. A gift given without concern. And sure, maybe there's a peanut butter cup in there, but mostly it's just disgusting fruit creams and nougat, and it's just, I love that. It was just
some people like nougat.
Well, I love nougat. And I love fruit creams.
Big spoilers. They do a flashback at the end of the episode, and cigarette smoking man basically pulls a Bill Cosby and I guess roofies her and impregnates her with his and alien DNA.
How rude!
That's not actually how you. It doesn't
work. That's what I want to know.
Bill Cosby that. That's not how.
Well, Bill Cosby wasn't trying to impregnate nobody. He was just
sipping a NyQuil. Come on.
You know what? He's a somnosexual.
Oh jeez.
And I'm sure in his own, it's a thing.
Likes penthouse.
It is.
And
one step up from necrophilia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's its point. And you can be a consensual somnosexual. People do that, where they agree with the person they're with that I want you knocked out and I'm going to do my thing. And they're like, sounds good to me, man, because I don't want any part of that.
And then you wake up with your kidneys missing in a bathtub.
Well, then it wasn't about about the mutual enjoyment, and that was just a bad relationship. It's not something you do on the first date. That was Bill Cosby's problem. He's doing this stuff on the first date, and that's like
you gotta build a rapport. You gotta work up to it.
But celebrity does that to you. Celebrity does that to you because you get enough people that are like cool with your creepiness that you don't start to realize that it's the people who are cool with it are actually the exception, not the rule.
Yeah. But no, moral of the story: read the X-Files comic books. They're superior to the reboot in every way. So
you could read X-Men too.
Never have enough X-Men. You can have too much Spider-Man, but you can never have enough X-Men.
Shut the front door.
I
don't think I can watch X-Files ever though. Now that you've told me, I don't think I can ever watch it again, like the new stuff ever again. After that one episode where they were tripping balls, like I think I stopped right there. You know the episode I'm talking about?
What, last season?
Yeah.
It
was just like done here. And then they wasted Robbie Amell. Come on.
Yep.
Come on.
Well, he was in this episode tonight for like 2 seconds.
Unless he was shirtless, I don't care.
Nope.
There, I said it. Objectification accomplished.
That's all you think about.
We're a mess. Don't
And,
why you let me rant like this, Phil?
It was your turn. Oh, and Walking Dead 175 came out this week. Start of a new story arc, shock ending. If you want to hear our thoughts on it, Lil Hellfire and I did a YouTube exclusive video only on the Capes and Lunatics YouTubes.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Phil found out something about me, that I'm actually the Walking Dead nerd.
Tristan was telling me about that.
Oh, did he watch it?
Well, he was asking me, Dad, do you read The Walking Dead? And I said, no. He says, because it's on your podcast. I said, no, that must be Phil. I didn't know it was Lilith, but I said that. Yeah. Oh, Phil and Lil! You're Rugrats. I never thought of that up until this very moment.
I thought we mentioned that before.
Nope. That's
He
the
said the
first
same
time I've been
thing
sober
last
enough
time.
to notice.
I was gonna say too much apple juice that episode done.
Apple juice time travel.
But there we go. So Phil and Lil, good to have you. And you do look like twins. So there we go.
Mission accomplished. We spent so much time. We've morphed into one.
I was gonna say I need to wear a beanie next week. We'll look at it. We'll look the same.
I'll wear my Capes and Lunatics t-shirt, and you wear a beanie. They won't be able to tell the difference. I'll paint my headphones blue too.
Fight me, nerds!
That's my favorite gag from the Great Muppet Caper, where Kermit and Fozzie are twins, and they say you don't look anything alike. And so that's because Fozzie's not wearing his hat. And then Fozzie puts on his hat, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I see it.
Waka waka.
It's just so hilarious. Just this idea that
There's so many
we're
Muppets that I
twins.
haven't seen. Did you ever watch the new Muppet show that was on ABC for like 8 episodes? I thought it was really good, except for they had Denise the pig. I was just like, really? We needed another pig? Kermit has a thing for pigs. And he admits it. He admits it.
Yeah, he's got a type, you know. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I've loved pretty much every incarnation of the Muppets they've done.
Except for Muppet Babies, or do you like Muppet? I like Muppet
I
Babies.
love
because
Muppet Babies.
I'm
Don't
an
even get me.
80s baby, 90s kid, so I love Muppet Babies. But apparently, people do not like Muppet Babies. I did not know this
Who
was
does
a
not
thing.
like Muppet Babies?
There's like this whole section of the internet that hates
Warner Brothers
Muppet
Babies. Warner Brothers Babies, I get. Those were like weird. And it would like freak me out when my kid liked them. It's like, Ben, you like the Warner Brothers Babies? It's like, yeah.
Are you talking about Animaniacs?
No. They did like Baby Taz and Baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you talking about Tiny Toons?
No. This was like post Tiny Toons. It's like babies of the Warner Brothers characters. It's basically a very bad knockoff without the imagination and wonder of the Muppet Babies, but with the Looney Tunes characters for some reason. And no, it's not Dizzy Devil. Yeah, like Dizzy Devil, I love, you know, and Buster and
But
Babs.
it's Baby
great.
Taz, huh?
But it's like, no, it's actual Taz, but as a baby with Baby Bugs and Baby Daffy and Baby Elmer. And it was just it was very childish, is what I'll say about it. It wasn't, you know, here's what I'll say. It's like Muppet Babies was clearly a show written by adults for kids with the idea that they wanted to enjoy what they were writing. Warner Brothers Babies was kind of like, this is written by adults for kids with no concern about enjoyment of what you were writing. Like you were tasked, write a show for kids.
It's a cartoon. Put it on. They'll watch it.
Yeah, and it
Which
worked.
in the 90s, we didn't have, we had Slim Pickens. And if you missed it, and you didn't have a VHS.
Well, this was in the aughts, because my son watched it. My son, Ben, likes it.
Oh, God.
He was like, well, Ben loves babies. He's got like a weird thing with babies. He's like, I love babies. They're so cute. Anytime he sees a baby, he's like,
you can give them back.
yeah. I'm sorry, what?
I love babies too, as long as you can give them back.
Yeah, well, you know, but he just thinks the idea of babies are so wonderful and cute, and he just thinks they're great. And he goes, anytime about babies on commercial, he goes, a baby! You know. That's Benny. He's a good kid, though. I love him. But he loves babies.
Babies loving babies.
No, he has no babies.
I said he loves them, not I didn't say he had any.
Like I said, babies having babies.
No,
No,
loving
babies loving
No.
babies.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird too, but yeah, okay.
A mess. This podcast is an absolute mess, Philip. Round it up.
All right. Does anyone else have anything to discuss?
Nope. I'm just really excited for 2018 and superhero film.
Black Lightning, Black Panther.
All in February. No, I'm kidding.
No,
Black
no.
Lightning at least comes out in January. It has the decency to start in January.
Yeah, not this week. Next week. What is it? The 16th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when Tristan's plush arrives.
He can watch Black Lightning with his new plush.
Yes, well, I'm looking forward to Black Lightning. That'll be fun. Although I just wish they could like just be universally consistent. It's like we're not going to be in that universe. It really bugs me.
It's good that they're not in that universe at this point, though. Especially as a black character. They turn into Curtis or Diggle.
I mean, entirely possible. I just feel like
You're talking to a Marvel.
Well, and
man.
what I
Or
guess what I
Wally,
would
or
say is-
Jax, or Amaya, or the first Vixen.
You're talking to
I
a
can
Marvel.
go on.
You're talking to a Marvel.
I mean,
man,
Joe
though.
West is the only black character that I can actually get behind, and he actually has like a story arc, and things happen to him, and it matters, and they give him good material. Like, I can just go on about it.
Charlie's a Marvel man. He likes a unified universe.
I like
It's so fun.
I don't want a bunch of different universes that don't interact, because then why am I watching your show if you're not part of the grander whole?
It's a lot more fun when the homies ain't getting some too. That's all I'm saying in this case.
Yeah, but I guess my take on it is maybe you could just have a good character of color in the other universe.
They
Every
can't
universe
do
could
it.
just have
I need this
characters of color who
away
would
from Mark
interesting.
Guggenheim as humanly freaking possible. Two nights separation is not enough for me. Give him Supergirl slot. Give him Monday. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
All right. I thought we didn't have anything else.
There's always something else, though.
You know the Arrowverse gets me riled up.
Okay.
Shameless plugs.
I'll try this again. Black Lightning, Black Panther, Infinity War, Deadpool 2.
Infinity War so far away.
May, I know. Deadpool animated series.
Whenever they feel late 2018, just like
No,
Young Justice.
Didn't they say, wasn't it right before the movie? Wasn't it like April or May, I thought?
That better be.
Oh yeah, Teen Titans, Young Justice.
Young Justice late 2018, so like December 30th, like how they did with Black Mirror. We were
Teen
like,
Titans Go to the movie!
Yes, Teen Titans Go the movie.
are you serious? Like
Yes.
a real movie in the theater?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's
and
like-
it is going to be so much better than anything else DC is
I
putting
think it
out.
might be July, maybe like late July.
Good. I'll be at Comic-Con. I can have an excuse not to
Okay,
talk with it.
Take me with you. I'll take a big suitcase. I'll get in there.
Teen Titans Go is so much better than anything else DC is putting out right now.
The night begins to shine.
That's what's wrong with the DC universe at its core, but whatever. we'll agree.
But you know what? But
It's
maybe they embrace what's at its core instead of always trying to run away.
all about the merch for Teen Titans Go. So, enjoy it while it lasts, because one day they'll turn on you and cancel it.
Oh my God, Lilith, you would love Teen Titans Go just for like all the Easter eggs in these shows. I mean, the one point they're in the Batcave. There's a big shelf in the back, and all you hear is
I've tried to watch 5 different episodes, and each time my eyes start to bleed. And my ears literally close themselves. I can't do it. Can't do it. Sorry.
That's fine.
I'm a contrarian. That's what happens. It's okay.
That's right.
I stand in my own truth out on this branch swinging by myself. It's okay.
All right, let's get out of here. All right, Lilith, Fight Me Nerd, Hellfire. Where can people find you if they want to disagree?
If you do indeed want to fight me, nerds, please tweet me at Lilith Hellfire, or you can even tweet me at Adventures in FG, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, you can leave some snide comment on my website, adventuresandfangirling.com.
And of course, you can always follow me on the Twitters as I live tweet Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and whatever else I feel like when I feel like it. Not your business. At Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEsser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle of quality. And of course, write to me in that old-fashioned email way the way our Moz and Paz once did at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com.
All right, and as for me, if you want to get a hold of me, especially for interviews, like the interview Lilith Hellfire are gonna do with author Jesse Hollander.
That's my boy.
when we review Who is the Black Panther novel in February. You can email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I am at nightwingpdp. And for any of your Capes and Lunatics needs, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Or the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. If you have that sex bot for Charlie Esser. Who can have deep conversations with him also.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm out of my BS. All right.
When they say deeper, quote Nietzsche.
Nietzsche. All right. For another week, please come back. You know you love this, our rambling nonsense. But for this week, we have been the Capes.
Ampersand.
Lunatics!
Oh, I think we almost have it down to a science now. Woo! "35 seconds. Final thoughts."
Sex bots will destroy the human race. But in a good way. We had a run. It was good.
Don't forget to pre-order Arrow, Fatal Legacy on your book company of choice.
Because you might hear a review of it in April.
Oh,
That's
Gwenpool
the
is
girl.
cool. She sees her own death coming. That's awesome. She's like the Cyclops in Skrull.
That's what she said.